back. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Love kicks to Smith. That's in there. Love with the assist.
And those are the first points of the game.
Nice hoop to get the scoring started there.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Now here's Love. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And that one. It's good. Miles has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, I think it takes a lot of guts to shoot the 3 on the fast break with a guy closing out on you. Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they play best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Indiana shooting their first free throws of this one. And the first one drops. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Now, here is Irving. 6 to shoot. And the rejection by Mahimi. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
Shot misses. Good D by Thompson.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
The drive by Smith. And that one's good. Irving's got his first 3 points of the game.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine the goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Smith the pass to Thompson. Inside. And Love with the basket on the assist by Thompson.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
And George kicks to Miles. And the Pacers can't get it to go. For Cleveland, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the league.
Agreed. Now, here's Mahimi. Short. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Irving dishes to Love. Stolen by Miles. Now the Pacers moving it up. George with the ball.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Kicks to Irving. Three-pointer. And it's Miles with the rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Here is Miles. Here's Mahimi.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Ellis wide open. And the three off target. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. That is good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
On the wing, Ellis. There's the dish to Miles. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Miles has got 5 now.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Another miss by Irving.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. Young's checked in for Indiana. Screen by Ellis. And Young kicks to Mahimi. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. All the slippery bars soaked there. Somebody's got to take charge here. Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and of course the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. Robinson comes in for C.J. Miles. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. James Jones comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And Mo Williams subbed in for Smith. And Jones has it in the corner. From past the arc, Pacers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. George passes to Robinson. Outside, George pulls up on the wing. George missing again.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Turner with the steal. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's George finishing it off.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
And Jones has it in the corner. Misses from the corner.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And he gets it to go.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Irving, good.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And Robinson wide open, he shoots. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 4th assist in this one. Irving drives in, kicks it out to Jones. Cleveland gets it back. Mozgov dishes to Shumpert. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Robinson kicks to George. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And it's going to go on Iman Shumpert.
Looking at the game for George, he's already up to 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story. And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
The Pacers making a change here. Stuckey's checked in. Irving passes to Jones. Picked by Mozgov. Down low. Turner with the steal. It's Young on the wing. Robinson left side. All sorts of time. And he connects with the jumper. Robinson's got his 2nd basket of the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Indiana.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Outside, George. The shot is off, and Cleveland will come the other way.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And Indiana making a change here. Allen's checked in. Indiana on D. They lead by 7. Jones with the screen on Robinson. Mozgov drives in. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And he gets the bucket.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Kicks it out to Allen. Lets it go with a 3. The Cavaliers trail by 7. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Young against Irving. Young dishes to Allen. And Jones
This nigga always doing reverse layups, like dunk the fucking ball or lay it up. Why they make that nigga do reverses from 12 feet away? Ain't nobody's buying.
For the Cavaliers.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
A different look now for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for James Jones. James comes in for Mo Williams. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse. And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. The drive by James. Stolen by Allen. Up the floor. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
That'll be a 5-second call. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Pacers as they end the first quarter on a 15-6 run. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Pacers. Rodney Stuckey out there with Ellis. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Turner. And it's Allen in at the power forward. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That is his first foul of the game. Ellis kicks to Allen. Kept alive by Indiana. Kicks it out to Ellis. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
Stuckey kicks to Ellis. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Now here's Turner after LeBron James's miss. There's a screen by Robinson. Kicks it out to Allen. Clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Sinks the triple. Stuckey's got 5.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Here's Dellavedova. Finish off the break. Dellavedova's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And so here is Indiana. It's a three-point game. Stuckey passes to Turner. And he gets it to go. Turner's got 6 points. And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference. Greg, very well, ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams in the conference.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lavoy Allen. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
Now here's Ellis. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Right through the knee for the layup.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Back to Verajao. 6 to shoot. LeBron drives in. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. And just look at LeBron, Clark, in a historical context. Last season, he became the first player since Bill Russell and his Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals 5 consecutive years.
Boy, I tell you what, this says even more about LeBron, that whenever he leaves a team, they miss the playoffs. No matter what team he's on, they're favorites to win their conference.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Some changes for Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Turner. And it's Buttinger in for Robinson. Now here's Stuckey. He dishes it to Allen. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And a fast break now for the Pacers. Buttinger, no luck. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Here's Dellavedova. The shot misses. So Indiana will take it the other way. Here's Buttinger. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his third. The coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout. The players getting a chance to rehydrate. with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Looking at who's out there now.
Yeah.
Paul George comes in for LaVoy Allen. And George Hills subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Nobody near George. Indiana again missing. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to the bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Now, here is Irving. 11 points in the game. It's stolen by Hill. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
Yeah.
To the paint. Irving. That ball, 3 assists by Love. And that's 13 points for Kyrie Irving.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism. But a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game. You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Irving attacking. It's a pick by Love. Irving dishes to Love. And Thompson kicks to Irving. Again, Irving missing.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong anchor to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
Now, here is Irving. Following the miss by Monte Ellis. Clock at 6. Ellis against Irving. Thompson passes to Irving. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
You know, regarding Kevin Love, he had a number of difficult transitions to make last season. Most of all, perhaps on the offensive glass. He averaged less than 2 a game after averaging 3 or more a game every other season.
Here's Jones. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Now just a 4-point Indiana lead.
Wow.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Irving drives in. Misses the layup.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Paul George with the steal. Ellis outside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. James is checked in. Love dishes to Irving. J.R. Smith on the wing. From down in the low post, it goes. Here's Ellis. 5 points in the game.
Played a couple games.
And the pass to Hill. Good on the baseline jam.
Huh?
Hill's got 4 this
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah, that's
like our third game.
From that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really.
I'm ready to hop on that duty after this, though. Fuck.
Hill kicks to George. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
That's right, you got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 15. He kicks it to Smith. From past the arc. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter. Really good awareness right there on the assist.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Now, here is Smith. Love in the post. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And James throws it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. Don't like that coming off a great defensive play. Has to build some momentum.
Here is Hill. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
From deep, George. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. 14 points for Paul George. Smith with a wide open look. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Hill drives in. And yes, sir, that one drops. Hill's his second bucket. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
And the
I'm
first
fucking
half
tell
comes
Monster
to a
nigga, you
close.
ain't involved
We've got a
on
close
2K
game
at
going
all.
on here. Pacers lead by 1.
Huh?
We'll see you after halftime for
No, evolve. Now you trying to talk that slick shit. My nigga, you ain't. Yeah, you ain't involved on 2K at all, my man.
Play the same way every time.
Play the same way every time.
We got you on that break and your baseline. That's it.
That's it.
I ain't played nigga in too long. I guarantee when I play
And it's been a back and forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Good game for Irving. 19 points and the 2 nice steals as well.
And his offense has matched the defensive effort today. He's been really just one of the best players on both ends.
I don't know if you can say enough about the job he's been doing in all aspects of the game. I mean, stuff in the stat sheet.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looked like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Irving in at the point guard. And Mahinmi with this stuff. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Wow.
And for a long time now, Indiana has protected the rim. It's one of the core elements of their defense and why they are so strong on D every year.
LeBron passes to Love. Goes up the baseline. Rebound by Mahinmi.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Ellis can't get it to go.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And last year for Indiana, top 3 at protecting the rim. Opponent shot under 50% right at the hoop.
You know, that number might not sound like a lot, but being under 50% on essentially layups, that's a big deal. Protecting the rim is a huge part of winning basketball.
That's one of my favorite guns, bro. That cool. That motherfucker mean.
This is to Love. Just 5 on the clock. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 10 points for Love.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
And George, here we go. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19 and 20 in the first 39 games, and then 34 and 9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
And a wide open look for James. Hits it from 3-point range. James has got the lead up to 3 now for the Cavs. The 3 from George. And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store. You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
LaVoy Allen's checked in for Ellis. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. Amon Shumpert's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And the call will be against George Hill. His 3rd foul of the game. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
On the wing, Shumpert. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Dellavedova. It's hauled in by George. George has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Count that one. Now it's a 3-point Pacer lead.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Jefferson on top, defended by Allen. It's stolen by Allen. James against George. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The Cavaliers trail by 5.
You got
James again. It's George. Now LeBron. He's got 10. Picked by Verejao. Excellent D there from Hill. Here's Indiana. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Here is Miles. 7 points in the game. Hill dishes to Miles. Shot clock at 6. It's back to Hill. From the wing. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Shumpert's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. LeBron with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. Paul George with the steal. The kick out to Hill. Allen outside. It's George on the wing. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And he gets it to go. Dellavedova's got 6.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
And it's George finishing it off.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Just 4 to shoot. Allen kicks to George. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Richard Jefferson. Shumpert passes to James. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Robinson's checked in for Paul George.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
And listen, Cleveland were the favorites to win the Central Division last season. High expectations given they finished 3rd in the Central in 2014. But that's just what adding LeBron can do for a team.
Monte Ellis checked in for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Young. A different look now for Cleveland. Stuckey drives inside. Good chance here for Turner. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Cavaliers trailing. Cleveland did win the Central, as you alluded to, won 11 in-division games against what was a very tough division.
No easy opponents in that Central Division last year. 3 teams in the playoffs, and 1 was knocking on the door. The Cavs did what they needed to do to beat Alabama.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
The shot by Turner, no good.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question. You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
Smith kicks to Mozgov. Just 5 to shoot. Can't hit from in close.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Cavaliers on D, trailing by 2. Stuckey dishes to Ellis.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Pass to Irving. Six on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Smith's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it. That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Feeds to Hill. Pass to Turner. Ellis goes in. Back to Turner. Mozgov with the block. And he recovers it. And so it's Cleveland with it. A 2-point game. Love right side. Stolen by Robinson. Ellis kicks to Robinson. And a miss there on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Irving's shot is good. Indiana's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Turner with the steal. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Mozgov. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
I'm looking over there at Greg. He's enjoying every second of it.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
They grabbed their own miss. The Cavaliers shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. Irving with the ball. 26 points for him. Stolen by Robinson. On the wing, Ellis. Covered by Smith. Mozgov with the block. Now Cleveland moving it up. Jones is running. Smith, no good. Indiana leading. Robinson for three. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 8th assist in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Irving kicks to Smith. 6 to shoot. Cleveland moving the ball around. Irving drives in. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Jones, no luck.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Miles. And it's good. On through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That coup is something special, man.
Battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it. You're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Pacers have gone 7 of 11 from the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Irving attacking. A beautiful reverse layup. Irving's got 10 points in the quarter.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Pacers. They lead by 5. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Pacers leading by 5. They've got C.J. Miles. Mahinmi is out there with Paul George. Then there's Hill. And it's Hill in at the point. That's the Pacers' foul. He feeds it to Mahinmi. The shot is off. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers trail by 5. And it's sent back by George to the inside. And it's Hill penetrating. And the layup's good off the glass. Hill's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pacers. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
The three from Hill. Offensive rebound.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Mahinmi's shot is good.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks.
And he gets the bucket. And it's a 5-point Pacer lead.
Excellent, excellent transition passing there, guys. Straight to the hoop.
And the Cavaliers call time. George really making a difference here.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
The Pacers making a switch here. Buddinger's checked in. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Passes to Buddinger. Clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. And that one's good. 10 points for Hill. The Cavaliers trailed by 3. Williams passes to Smith. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. And George, here we go. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
There's the feed to Robinson. And again, it's Indiana.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
On defense, Cleveland. And Young kicks to Robinson. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Hill, he's checked in for Indiana.
Solomon Hill.
Young dishes to Turner. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And finished off by Robinson.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a bit of showboating every now and then.
Kept alive by Indiana.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anderson Varejao. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Monte Ellis, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. For three, Smith. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. Hill kicks to Robinson. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his third rebound tonight. To the middle. And it's sent back by Hill. Now the Pacers moving it up. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
That's good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Williams kicks to Jefferson. Cannot hit. Hill with some nice D.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Jones, the pass to Williams. To end the run. But they recover it. Young with the steal. And now Ellis running the floor. Oh!
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Smith. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And it's Ellis penetrating. They get the rebound. And it's Turner finishing it off.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talked about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Henderson Varejao. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Some fantastic numbers here for Robinson. He's got 16 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.